Let me ask you something. What if you could get a dress rehearsal for your financial life? A practice run for, the most important money years from age 20 to 60. Well, that's exactly the idea behind this incredible simulation we're diving into today called the flow of wealth. And let me tell you, this is not about winning or losing some game. It's about getting a chance to practice for your actual future.
Now, at first glance, you might think, okay, it's a board game. You got your little token, you roll some dice, you move around a board. Sure, but the whole experience is designed to be so much deeper. It's really a powerful tool for discovering things about yourself.
Get this. In just a couple of hours, you literally live through 40 years of a simulated life. You'll experience everything: getting a job, getting married, suddenly facing unemployment, trying your hand at investments, and dealing with all those crazy, unexpected market swings. It is your entire financial life, totally condensed.
So you have to wonder, right? Why would someone go to all the trouble of creating such an intense, elaborate life simulation? The answer, surprisingly, has nothing to do with business. It's actually rooted in a really heartbreaking real-world event.
And this quote right here, it gets right to the heart of why it was created. The creator, a man known as Brother Jew, he saw this fundamental problem in society. We are all just thrown into these huge, life-altering financial decisions with absolutely zero practice. And he believed that without a safe place to learn and, mess up, these real-world tragedies caused by financial ignorance, they would just keep happening.
The story behind it is pretty heavy. Apparently, Brother Jew was traveling and read a news story about a university student. She was from a rural village and wasn't really familiar with financial risks. She ended up falling into something called a nude loan trap. It's this horrible, predatory loan where they demand nude photos as collateral. The pressure and the shame became too much, and she tragically took her own life.
And that one story, it was the catalyst for everything. Brother Jew made a vow. He was going to create an accessible way for people to really understand money, to see the real consequences of their choices, and, maybe most importantly, to understand their own habits and patterns in a safe, simulated world before the stakes get terrifyingly real.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work? Well, the game board represents your life across 3 totally distinct layers, and each one symbolizes a different state of being. Everybody starts out here, in what's called the stratosphere. Just think of this as the conventional path in life, right? You go to school, you land a steady job, you start a family. It's a kind of stable, predictable life that, well, most of us are taught to chase after.
But we all know life is rarely that predictable. That brings us to the counterflow layer. This represents all the curveballs: losing your job, a divorce, a stock market crash. This is where you face real adversity. The game teaches you that this layer isn't something to be afraid of, but it's something you have to learn to navigate with awareness.
Now, the ultimate goal, the place you want to be, is the downflow layer. And this isn't just about being rich. It's a state of true financial freedom, where your passive income completely covers all of your expenses. The game calls this state wealth and joy, this feeling where making money becomes as natural and easy as breathing.
And how on earth do you keep track of all this? With this, your wealth report. This sheet of paper becomes your financial command center. It's where you manage your income, your assets, your cash flow, the whole shebang. And let me tell you, keeping this thing accurate is one of the most important skills in the game. And, well, in real life too.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do these big life events actually play out on the board? This is where the rehearsal really begins.
The game is brilliant at mirroring life's trade-offs. For example, you land on the childbirth space. Bam! Your expenses shoot up and you lose 2 energy points, which is like your life force. Or you land on unemployment. You lose your income, sure, but you gain 6 energy points. That symbolizes having more free time, a chance to pivot. A divorce could wipe out your assets, while drawing an opportunity card forces you to make a tough call. Do I take the risk and invest, or do I play it safe?
So what does it take to actually get to that amazing downflow layer? Well, there's a 5-point checklist. First, and this is the big one, your passive income must be greater than your total expenses. You also have to be completely debt-free. You need to have some energy left, and you have to be on the main game path. And finally, a really critical detail a lot of people miss. Your financial report has to be perfectly accurate. No fudging the numbers.
But here's the thing. Getting into the downflow layer, that's just the beginning. Winning this game isn't just about escaping the rat race. It's about chasing a much, much richer definition of what success actually is.
The entire philosophy is captured in these 4 characters:
Fou RCA. It translates to wealth and joy. The idea the game presents is that real success is this combination of outer abundance, so financial wealth, and inner abundance, which is personal joy and fulfillment.
So once you're in that downflow layer, you can try to become a life winner by choosing one of three paths. You could be a dreamer, achieving a personal lifelong goal. You could become a philanthropist and donate over 10 million. Or you could be a wealth creator and build a massive fortune of 100 million. It's your choice.
This quote basically captures the whole promise of the experience. The idea is that every time you play, every simulation, you build up your financial smarts. But even more important than that is the self-awareness you gain about how you make decisions. That's what really leads to freedom.
Okay, so the game ends, the board gets put away. What's left? The real value isn't the pile of play money you ended up with. It's the insights, the wisdom that you can take back and apply to your actual real life.
And this is not some niche little idea. Look at this number, 47 plus. That's how many countries and regions this philosophy has spread to. It just points to this universal human desire to better understand our relationship with money and with our own life choices.
And this is maybe the most crucial thing to understand. The flow of wealth is not a financial advisor. It's not going to give you stock tips. Its real power is that it acts like a mirror. It just lets you see your own tendencies. Are you too cautious? Maybe you're too reckless. Do you panic when things get tough? The game reveals all of it.
At the end of the day, the board is a laboratory. It's a safe place to go bankrupt, to make a terrible investment, to see what happens when you completely ignore your cash flow. The whole point is to make the mistakes here on the cardboard, so you don't have to make them out there where the stakes are very, very real.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to mull over. Whether it's starting a business, buying your first house, or planning for your family's future, what is one major life choice you wish you could have a dress rehearsal for? And what do you think you might learn about yourself in that process?